Your eyes have been working every single second since the moment you woke up this morning, and they will not get a single break until you fall asleep tonight. No other organ in your body multitasks like that without rest. And yet most people spend zero time thinking about what actually keeps those two tiny organs functioning for 80, 90 years straight. You've probably heard the same tired advice 100 times. Eat carrots, they're good for your eyes. But nobody ever explains why, or whether that's even true, or what's actually happening inside your eyes as you get older that leads to blurry vision, cataracts, and that slow fading you keep hearing your parents complain about.
Here's what almost nobody tells you. Your eyes are one of the hungriest tissues in your entire body. Pound for pound, they consume more oxygen and more energy than almost any other organ you have, which sounds like a good thing until you realize what that actually means. High energy use creates a byproduct called oxidative stress. Tiny amounts of cellular damage that build up, day after day, year after year, mostly invisible until one day it isn't. This slow accumulation is one of the biggest reasons people develop cataracts and something called macular degeneration as they age. And macular degeneration alone is the #1 cause of permanent vision loss in older adults across the developed world. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens quietly, for decades, while you're staring at screens, squinting in the sun, and eating whatever's convenient. For a long time, there wasn't much doctors could actually say to patients worried about this, besides, "We'll keep an eye on it." No pun intended. Then something changed. Researchers at the National Eye Institute ran one of the largest, longest nutrition studies ever conducted, specifically on vision. Thousands of participants, years of tracking, peer-reviewed, published, and repeated a second time to confirm the results weren't a fluke. What they discovered reshaped how eye doctors talk to patients about food, and it's still the foundation of what we know today. The finding was specific, a combination of certain nutrients, not one miracle ingredient, but a team of them working together, measurably slowed down the progression of macular degeneration in people who already showed early signs of it. Vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, copper, and 2 plant pigments you've probably never heard of unless you've gone down a nutrition rabbit hole before. Lutein and zeaxanthin. That last pair is the part almost nobody talks about correctly, and it's actually the most interesting piece of this entire story. Your body cannot produce lutein or zeaxanthin on its own. Zero. You have to get every bit of it from what you eat. And here's the fascinating part. These 2 pigments travel through your bloodstream and settle almost exclusively in one tiny part of your eye, called the macula. That's the region of your retina responsible for your sharpest, most detailed vision. It's what lets you read a text message, recognize a face across a room, or notice a typo in fine print. Scientists sometimes call lutein and zeaxanthin your eye's internal sunglasses because they physically filter and absorb high-energy blue light before it can damage the delicate cells behind them. That's not a metaphor. That's literally what they're doing in there right now, whether you've ever fed your body enough of them or not. So where do you actually get these 2 nutrients in real food, without buying some overpriced supplement bottle with a fruit on the label and a doctor's name that may or may not be real? Leafy greens dominate this category completely. Kale and spinach sit at the very top of nearly every list researchers use when they measure lutein and zeaxanthin content. If greens aren't something you enjoy eating daily, egg yolks are a surprisingly strong backup source, and there's a clever reason why. The natural fat inside the yolk actually helps your body absorb the pigment more efficiently than it would from a dry vegetable alone. Corn shows up here too, along with orange bell peppers. And yes, before you ask, some fruits do contain smaller amounts of these pigments, things like kiwi, grapes, and orange-fleshed fruits such as papaya. They're not useless. They're just not the main event people online make them out to be. Think of them as backup singers, not the lead vocalist. This brings up a detail that trips up almost everyone who tries to eat healthy for their eyes and quietly fails without realizing why. Lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble. That means if you eat a completely dry salad with zero fat anywhere near it, your body only absorbs a small fraction of what's actually sitting on your plate. This isn't some trendy biohacking trick. It's basic digestion. A drizzle of olive oil over your greens, or eating a piece of kiwi next to a small handful of almonds, genuinely changes how much of these protective pigments your body can actually use. Skipping the fat isn't a small mistake. It can mean you're eating all the right foods and still barely benefiting from them. Now let's talk about vitamin C, because it plays a completely different role than most people assume. Your eyes contain some of the highest natural concentrations of vitamin C found anywhere in your entire body, especially in the clear fluid sitting at the very front of your eye. That concentration isn't random. Vitamin C works there as a frontline defender, neutralizing oxidative damage before it can spread and supporting the extremely delicate blood vessels that feed your retina with everything it needs to function. You don't need anything exotic to get enough of it. Citrus fruits, bell peppers, and strawberries are ordinary, boring, easy-to-find sources that do the job just as well as anything trendier. Vitamin E works alongside vitamin C, almost like a partner in the same defense system, protecting the fatty membranes of your eye cells from the same oxidative wear and tear we talked about earlier. Nuts and seeds, almonds, sunflower seeds are reliable, everyday sources, and conveniently, they also happen to bring healthy fat to the table, which, as you now know, helps everything else absorb better too. Zinc deserves a mention most people skip entirely. Your retina holds one of the highest concentrations of zinc anywhere in your body, and it plays a direct role in transporting vitamin A from your liver to your retina, where it's used to produce a pigment your eyes need to see properly in low light. Oysters are the single richest source on the planet. But if that's not realistic for your weekly grocery list, red meat, poultry, and beans all provide meaningful amounts too. Then there's omega-3, and this is where things get genuinely interesting for anyone dealing with dry, tired, gritty-feeling eyes by the end of a long day. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, and multiple clinical trials have shown real, repeatable benefits for something called tear film stability. In plain language, omega-3 helps your eyes stay properly lubricated and reduces the kind of low-level inflammation that makes your eyes feel dry and irritated after hours of screen time. If you've been blaming that discomfort purely on getting older or too much screen time, inflammation and nutrient gaps might be playing a much bigger role than you think. There's one more nutrient worth mentioning that rarely gets its own spotlight: beta-carotene, along with other carotenoids found in orange and yellow vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. Your body converts beta-carotene into vitamin A, which is essential for the light-sensing cells in your retina. This is actually where the old "carrots are good for your eyes" advice originally came from, decades ago, long before anyone had heard of lutein or zeaxanthin. It's not wrong exactly, it's just incomplete. Carrots help, but they were never the whole story, and treating them like the single answer is part of why so much confusion still exists today. Now, here's a question that probably brought you here in the first place. whether you realized it or not. Does it actually matter what time of day you eat any of this? Is there really something special about eating a particular fruit right before bed for your eyes? Let's be completely honest about this. There is no solid research showing that eating lutein, vitamin C, or any of these nutrients specifically at night gives your eyes some kind of special overnight repair boost. Your body doesn't work on a strict clock like that for these particular nutrients. What actually matters is total, consistent intake over days, weeks, and months, not the specific hour something touches your plate. That said, there's nothing wrong with building a small evening habit around this if it helps you stay consistent. A handful of berries with a few walnuts before bed isn't magic, but it's a genuinely good snack that brings antioxidants and healthy fat together in one bite. And if turning it into a nightly ritual means you actually stick with it long term, that consistency is worth far more than any specific timing ever could be. The real secret isn't when you eat these foods, it's that you actually keep eating them, week after week, for years, instead of doing it once and expecting overnight results. Let's talk about something almost nobody connects to eye health, but absolutely should: how much water you drink and how often you actually blink. Chronic mild dehydration reduces the quality of your tear film, the same tear film we talked about earlier with omega-3, and that alone can leave your eyes feeling scratchy and strained by the afternoon. On top of that, when you're staring at a screen, which statistically you're doing right now, your blink rate drops by roughly half. You're not blinking less because your eyes need less lubrication. You're blinking less because your brain gets so absorbed in whatever's on the screen that it simply forgets. Over hours, that adds up to real strain, and no amount of lutein is going to fix a habit problem like that on its own. This is a good moment to bring up something people almost always overlook completely: sunlight. Not sunlight as an enemy, but as one of the most underrated risk factors for long-term eye damage that exists. Ultraviolet light contributes directly to cataract formation over time, and it does this slowly, silently, the exact same way oxidative stress does inside your body. Wearing sunglasses that actually block UV rays, not just tinted lenses that look nice but do nothing, is one of the cheapest, easiest forms of eye protection available, and almost nobody treats it with the seriousness it deserves. You'll spend money on supplements and superfoods while walking around outside all summer with zero real UV protection on the one organ that can't regenerate the way your skin can. Smoking deserves a direct mention too, because the research here isn't subtle or debatable in any way. Smokers face a dramatically higher risk of both cataracts and macular degeneration compared to non-smokers, and this connection is one of the most consistently replicated findings in all of eye health research. If you're serious about protecting your vision for the next 30 or 40 years, this single factor probably matters more than any food you could ever add to your diet. Sleep matters here too, more than people realize. Your eyes actually repair and rehydrate themselves overnight while you sleep, replenishing the tear film and clearing out some of the oxidative buildup from the day. Chronic short sleep, the kind so many people treat as a badge of honor, doesn't just leave you tired. It leaves your eyes tired in a very literal, physiological sense, night after night, without you ever connecting the dots. Let's bring all of this together into something you can actually use starting today, because nobody wants a lecture with no practical takeaway at the end of it. A realistic, sustainable way to eat for your eyes looks something like this. Dark leafy greens most days of the week. Spinach, kale, whatever you'll actually eat consistently. A couple of servings of fatty fish each week, salmon or sardines, whichever fits your budget and your taste. Citrus fruit or bell peppers for vitamin C, because they're cheap, they're everywhere, and there's no excuse to skip them. A small handful of nuts or seeds most days, both for vitamin E and to help your body absorb everything else you're eating. An egg here and there, especially if greens aren't your thing every single day. And don't be afraid of fat in any of these meals. A drizzle of olive oil isn't working against you. It's the exact thing that unlocks the nutrients you're trying to benefit from in the first place. None of this requires a special shopping trip to some exotic market, a strange midnight ritual, or a fruit nobody in your family has ever heard of. It requires boring, repeatable habits that real, peer-reviewed research has actually shown to make a measurable difference over years. Not overnight, not in a week, but over the long stretch of time that your eyes actually need to age well. But here's the part that matters more than every single nutrient we just talked about combined. And if you remember nothing else from the next 30 seconds, remember this: food is support. It is not a substitute for an actual eye exam. Cataracts, glaucoma, and macular degeneration can all develop silently, with zero symptoms, during the exact window when treatment is most effective and easiest to manage. By the time you notice something is genuinely wrong, colors looking dull, straight lines appearing slightly bent or wavy, needing more light than you used to for reading, the condition has often already been quietly progressing for years. If you're over 60, or even if you're younger, but you've noticed any small, strange change in your vision recently, that deserves an actual conversation with an eye doctor, not just a change to your grocery list. Nutrition can genuinely slow down and support your eye health in ways that are backed by real science. But it was never designed to replace diagnosis, and no fruit, no green vegetable, no fish, no combination of any of them will ever catch a problem the way a proper eye exam can. So if there's one thing worth taking away from everything you just heard, let it be this: stop looking for one magic fruit, one perfect nutrient, one secret nighttime ritual that's going to fix decades of neglect in a single bite. Your eyes don't work that way, and honestly, nothing in your body does. What actually protects your vision over the next 20, 30, 40 years is boring consistency. Greens most days, fish most weeks, healthy fat with every meal, water throughout the day, sunglasses when you're outside, sleep when your body asks for it, and regular checkups even when everything feels completely fine. Especially when everything feels completely fine, because that's exactly when early problems are easiest to catch and easiest to treat. Your eyes have been carrying you through every single moment of your life without a single day off. They deserve more than a trendy fruit and a catchy headline. They deserve the boring, consistent care that actually works, starting with whatever you decide to put on your plate tonight.